All right, I call the town board meeting for the Milliken Board of Trustees to order for October 22nd, 2025. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Apologies for the late start. Town clerk, could you please call roll?
Trustee Beckman?
Here.
Trustee Nix?
Here.
Trustee Orcutt?
Here.
Trustee Roseberry?
Here.
Trustee Wakeman?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
Here.
Mayor Elizabeth?
Here.
Austin?
Close enough. Take it tonight. All right, does anybody have any changes or updates to the agenda? Hearing none, I'll take a motion.
Motion to approve agenda as is.
Second. Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Beckman?
Yes.
Trustee Nix?
Yes.
Trustee Orcutt?
Yes.
Trustee Roseberry?
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
Yes.
Mayor Austin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Do we have any citizens' comments this evening? All righty, citizens' comment is a point in the meeting where the public is invited to address the town board on any items except agenda items for which there is a public hearing. Public comment on the public hearing items will occur during the scheduled public hearing. All comments should be directed to the town board. There's a 3-minute limit per speaker. Please approach the podium, state your name and address for the record, please.
Good evening, Mayor, trustees, and staff. My name is Jessica Pancost. I'm here again as a resident of 9626 on County Road 44. I am a concerned neighbor and resident, and I would like to speak regarding the paving project on County Road 44 once again. I want to begin by acknowledging the town of Milliken has already fulfilled its obligation to pave the portion of County Road 44 that lies within the town's right-of-way. The remaining portion of the road, which is under discussion for paving, is entirely within Weld County's right-of-way. This distinction is important because paving or making permanent upgrades on county-managed roads requires coordination and approval with Weld County, not solely with the town. While paving may seem like a logical step for dust control or future growth, I respectfully ask the board to reconsider paving County Road 44 and instead focus on ongoing dust mitigation as Weld County itself recommends. According to their public works guidelines, gravel roads are maintained effectively through routine grading, dust suppression, and proper drainage, which stabilizes the road, minimizes dust, and preserves the rural character of the corridor, all without the long-term cost and potential environmental impacts of paving. Beyond surface treatment, there's a question of the water availability for the supposed growth that has been spoken about in previous meetings. Milliken's development agreements, including Meadow Farms, Brookstone, Sunfield, and Homes at Ashton, all include water dedication and tap requirements. With Milliken's current water allotments and infrastructure limitations, adding additional subdivisions along County Road 44 could strain existing resources, and we should carefully evaluate whether the town and county can support such growth before we invest in paving infrastructure. Safety is also a concern. County Road 44 is an active agricultural corridor. One farmer recently asked not to be named, but shared that he must exercise extreme caution when pulling equipment onto the road because drivers often fail to yield. Paving could encourage higher speeds, increase risk for farm equipment and residents alike. Maintaining a gravel road with dust control encourages safer travel and preserves the agricultural character of the area. Finally, rural roads like County Road 44 are part of the community's heritage. Gravel roads are not a sign of neglect. They are a practical, intentional part of our infrastructure, balancing the needs of agricultural residents and safe traffic flow. Tonight, I respectfully ask the board to again pause any plans to pave the remaining portion of County Road 44. Instead, to enhance dust mitigation measures under Weld County's recommended maintenance program, reevaluate water and infrastructure capacity before supporting supposed new subdivisions along the corridor, and engage in local residents and landowners to ensure road improvements reflect the safety, agricultural, and community needs of the area. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Any other speakers? Okay. Alrighty, review of the minutes of the previous meeting from October 8th, 2025. Do we have any changes or adjustments?
We do have a couple clerical corrections on page 7, the last paragraph. The word was "are," and it shouldn't have been "aren't," where trustee Nix was discussing insurance on UTVs. And then we corrected the paragraph, the 5th paragraph on page 8, where it said change to 16 when you guys stated you wanted 21. So
Okay, thank you.
those are the 2 corrections, and I've printed the updated ones for you for signature.
All right, any other changes or updates? I'll take a motion on the matter.
I move to accept the minutes from October 8th, 2025 as amended.
I second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Nix,
Yes.
trustee Orcutt,
Yes.
trustee Rosemary,
Yes.
trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Okay, we have a paid list of bills. Does anybody have any questions, concerns, or comments?
I did have a real quick question. Just on the, do you mind?
Oh, no, good.
The very first line was $7,000 on the, I think, Gator. And I'm just curious what cost for Gator repair. Over $7,000 on Gator repair? What-
Had to redo the wiring, the power steering.
Guess I was just a little curious if that would have been better spent on a new Gator rather than,
20,000.
yeah, but that's still a,
Could replace it for that.
yeah, no, just more a comment and observation that that's,
For the power steering, we didn't have any power steering.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of repairs on this.
Yeah.
If they didn't want to.
gotcha.
Any other questions? Good, thank you. Moving on, we've got the town administrator's report. Administrator Powell.
Thank you, Mayor and trustees. If you haven't been out, the Center Drive improvements are near completion. The contractor is completing the installation of sidewalks and driveway aprons. The roadway striping and thermoplastic markings have been completed. It really looks nice. They did an awesome job. I'm going to go out there at the end of this week to see the completion. The only thing we're waiting on is for CenturyLink to move one of their pedestals. So, and then it will be fully completed. The Parks Department is continuing to install irrigation pipe to connect the Watson Well and the new Earl Lake Well. They have been working on this for almost 3 weeks now, Keith, or a little better. That doing it in-house with Keith's expertise and Jason, we've been able to do it for far less than hiring out a contractor to do it. So we are using our own staff and taking them away from other things. But during this time of year, it's not as busy as it is in the height of the summer or height of the summer. They've also aerated all the parks and cleaned out all the flower beds downtown, as you can see when you drive by. So we're ready for next year. Sylvia currently has 11 youth on her community court caseload. Mickle has averaged about 20 kids, and the homework club is averaging about 10 kids each meeting. Mickle was also selected by Weld County to receive a $4,000 tobacco vape-free mini grant. This mission is to reduce tobacco use in Weld County by preventing youth initiation, supporting access to cessation resources, educating the public about secondhand and thirdhand smoke, addressing tobacco-related inequities among diverse populations. So that was really a good thing for her to receive.
Congratulations.
Also today, we received news that Lazy Days RV will be awarding Mickle with a $5,000 grant.
Nice.
Nice.
They have been supporting and supplying grants to Mickle for quite a few years. So this is really nice that they're truth-based relational intervention training, I should say, is scheduled for Monday, November 10th at the police department. This training is offered to the public, to foster parents, and to anyone who works with kids. This is a 6-hour training designed to provide attendees with practical trauma-informed strategies for understanding and addressing challenging behaviors in children and youth. The content specifically focuses on how trauma impacts child behavior and development. As you can see, staff has been diligently working on the 2026 budget and also working with Graves Consulting on a compensation market analysis. So that's been pretty consuming in the last 2 weeks. Cleanup Day on October 11th had 188 residents attend. Pretty good attendance for fall. We typically get more in the spring. And that's all I have.
Questions from the board? Comments? Oh, very nice. And I was glad to see that we did that project in-house, even though it closed the street for a few days. And we got a big old hole in the street, but that's okay.
They filled it in pretty good with dirt until it can get fixed.
Yeah. Can that be patched before winter?
We're hoping that it's gonna be patched this next week.
Okay, great.
We just got the further the time in there.
Well, still, great project. Any other comments? Thank you very much. We have nothing on the consent agenda. The first item is consideration and adoption of resolution number 2025-22, a resolution of the Board of Trustees for the town of Milliken determining that the regular municipal election to be held on Tuesday, April 7th, shall be a mail ballot. Presenting is Mary Weinberger, Town Clerk.
Thank you, Mayor and Trustees. As the Mayor stated, tonight before you is the resolution setting our mail ballot election for 2026. Section 2110 of the Milliken Municipal Code mandates that elections adhere to the Colorado Municipal Election Code, Article 10 of Title 31, the Colorado Revised Statute, except in the case of coordinated elections. As coordinated elections occur in November, per Section 17116, the April 26 election will not be a coordinated election. Furthermore, Section 310908 authorizes the board to determine that a local election can be conducted as a mail ballot election, which is the express purpose of this proposed resolution. Town staff has established a preliminary budget of $40,000 for the 2026 election. In your packet this evening, I provided pro and con statements for both doing a mail ballot election versus a polling election. And to give you a little bit of background, with Milliken being considered a bedroom community, it results generally in lower turnouts when we do a polling place election. In 2002 was a polling place election and only 221 voted ballots were returned. In 2010, polling place election, only 290 voting ballots were returned. In 2015, our first mail ballot election, we jumped to 704. And in 2024, we had a total of 906 ballots returned. We do also offer during the mail ballot election process what's called a polling place and voting center. It does allow for residents, should they not want to mail their ballot, they can come in, go through the process. The signature verification is done. And if they so choose, we also allow them to put their ballot into the voting machine so that they know that their ballot was cast. So we offer kind of the best of both worlds with the mail ballot election. Staff is recommending adoption of Resolution 2522, and I'm available for any questions.
Questions from the board, starting with Trustee Beckman.
No questions.
Trustee Orcutt?
No questions.
Trustee Wakeman?
No question.
Trustee Roseberry?
No question.
Trustee Nix?
No questions.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
No questions.
I don't have any. We've been through this before. All right, if there's no further discussion, I'll take a motion on the matter.
I move to adopt Resolution 2025-22, a resolution of the Board of Trustees of the Town of Milliken determining that the regular municipal election to be held on Tuesday, April 7th, 2026, shall be a mail ballot election.
I second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Sorry. Trustee Orcutt?
Yes.
Trustee Roseberry?
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman?
Yes.
Trustee Beckman?
Yes.
Trustee Nix?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
Yes.
Mayor Austin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. All right, next item on the agenda is ordinance number 829, an ordinance of the Town of Milliken, Colorado, approving the use of utility-type vehicles on certain roads and streets within the Town of Milliken. Presenting is Matthew Gould, Town Attorney.
Thank you, Mayor Austin. The ordinance that is before you should be pretty familiar. We discussed this in a work session held a few months back and also at the last meeting. And this draft reflects the changes that were requested by the board during the last meeting. We circulated a draft last week directly to the board, and I got a little bit of feedback. So there are two changes that made their way in since the draft was circulated last week. One of those is that we removed the weight limitation, and this is after a consultation with the chief. We felt like that was something that needed to happen. And also there was a provision requiring a handhold and footrest. And again, in consultation with the chief, we decided that really is not applicable to the types of devices that we're talking about. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, questions from the board, starting with Trustee Wakeman.
I don't have any questions. Comment, I guess, obviously we need to follow state statute and the registration process. I'm disappointed that isn't part of it. Wonder if we could implement maybe like a, somehow still providing some safety check, encouraging people to voluntarily come, just for a safety check maybe or something, but I think that's something that can be worked out going forward and implemented.
I think we'll get some experience with this once it goes into place, and we may decide there are things that we overlooked. So I looked for a way to have some kind of registration process, and I just didn't feel like we could do it. But we might be able to come up with something that accomplishes a similar end after we see how this works. I don't know if the chief wants to address that too.
Good evening. No, I agree. Safety is important, especially with these vehicles are made for off-roads. They're not made for driving unless you make certain adjustments. So yes, I agree. I agree. There should be something in place.
Yeah, kind of hand in hand with safety and education about, the appropriate way to use them in this manner.
And maybe we can reach out through social media, things like that,
Yeah.
and come up with a plan.
It's kind of like the dog registration, right? Like you're supposed to register your dogs with the town. And maybe it's something like that, right? It's not like required, but it's encouraged, right?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that, there's like a lot of UTVs will have like, the flags off of the back of them a little bit. I wondered if we could do like a Milliken flag that would indicate that they've come in and checked in with you guys, that, they've gone through and interacted with the police department from a safety standpoint. But that's all things that can happen in the future.
That's a good idea.
Trustee Roseberry?
No question.
Trustee Nix?
No questions. Very good. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you. Trustee Orcutt?
I'm assuming that we've reached out to other municipalities with maybe the question of Trustee Wakeman brought up some sort of safety check or to see what they do. Maybe they have a workaround that's legal that we could just copy.
We certainly can do that. What the work that I did to figure out that we couldn't have a registration was to identify as many statutory towns as I could and look at their regulations. And I didn't check every one of them, but I probably checked, I don't know, 10 or 15, and none of them had a local registration. The only places that we found, and we didn't really look after this issue arose, but the two that we used as examples were both home rule municipalities. And one of the attorneys responded and said, well, the best she could remember was they thought that would provide them with enough local control they could have a registration. But as far as this other type of voluntary process, we haven't really dug into that at this point. I haven't.
No, we could reach out to CPW to see if they're willing to bring somebody down to do a safety check day or something.
Yeah.
We could definitely look into that.
Thank you.
Okay. Trustee Beckwith?
I don't have any questions. I would just comment that I just want to make sure that it's really clear to the citizens on where they can drive these and where they cannot, right? So if it's, they can't go down Broad, but they could go across, right? Things like that. I just want a very clear map to be presented to either on Facebook or maybe in the newsletter or something, right? Just to make it clear so that there's not any ambiguity with that, so.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
No questions.
And I have no questions either. There's no further discussion. I'll take a motion on the matter.
I move to approve ordinance number 829, an ordinance of the town of Milliken, Colorado, approving the use of utility-type vehicles on certain roads and streets within the town of Milliken.
Second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Roseberry?
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman?
Yes.
Trustee Beckman?
Yes.
Trustee Nix?
Yes.
Trustee Orcutt?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
Yes.
Mayor Austin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next, we have a discussion by Town Administrator Powell on the sale of the property at 1398 South Irene Avenue.
Yes, Mayor. So I wanted to get back with the board. After, it was probably almost a week since I had heard back from Kaylee after we presented the counteroffer. The person did not accept, nor did they counter on that counteroffer. So the discussion is, what would the board like to do?
Remind me what the original offer was?
40,000.
And we said 50?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder if it wouldn't be smart, I guess, to maybe just pull it off the market and wait till spring, just kind of a low sales. People aren't really looking to do new construction. And it's lower maintenance for us in the towns.
Wait till things start moving again. Everything's kind of stagnant right now.
We don't have to pay taxes on it, correct?
No, we do
We just
not.
have to maintain it,
Correct.
mow it.
Yes.
I would agree with Trustee Wakeman and Trustee Nix to just pull it. We could have further discussion if we wanted to, but wait till the spring, maybe readdress it.
Yeah. I think that might be a good.
I don't have an opinion.
I can certainly do that. I can reach out to her tomorrow. So plenty of time to discuss how we want to go forward.
I would move to table this to the first meeting in April.
We don't need a motion, it's just a discussion.
Oh, okay.
That's good. Good try.
But I'll remember.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the real estate agent will reach out to me because I'll let her know what the plan is.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. There's no further discussion on that. Are there any board reports? Any meetings that people want to discuss that they went to?
Have that meeting continue on the housing needs assessment. And so, several of us were there, and nothing new to report. They are working on some, providing some recommendations relatively soon, right? Okay. And we'll meet state mandated.
Sounds good. All right, if there's no further business, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're out. Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening.